and welcome to Assorted Crackers. This is Eric. I'm here with Lee and Wilson, and today we have a really special guest, Chef Kelly English. Yay! Kelly is the owner and executive chef of, Restaurant Iris, Second Line, Fino's, Swamp Bar. We're going to talk a little more about that. And I'm missing one, don't tell me. Rocket Greens.
And things. Rocket Greens and things.
Now, what are the things?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. Really excited to be here.
Welcome. We really are.
The things, we wanted to leave open the ability in the colder months to have things other than salads. And we didn't know what those were yet, so things.
Leave the door open for whatever it's going to be. So is it fair for me to call you a celebrity chef? Does that make you uncomfortable?
I don't know. I think the days of celebrity chefs are kind of over. A little bit, but I've got a great team that lets me get lots of pats on the back.
Well, and you're doing a lot of great things in Memphis, not just in the culinary scene, but in the community. I think that's part of why I dare say, and you're very good on social media. That's part of it as well.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, you got your own brand going on.
Well, I'm proud to do it here in Memphis.
So was there in your early upbringing a celebrity chef that did sort of inspire you, or at least you really just enjoyed watching their show?
You know, it's funny. I came up, I grew up in Louisiana, and part of being a man in Louisiana is not only hunting, but knowing how to cook what you kill.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So this gender identity of the kitchen being a woman's work was not something that I grew up with. That being said, every chef wants to cook like their grandma, and my grandma could cook better than anybody else I've ever met. So, I grew up watching us gather around tables and eat these just wonderful things. And then the age of the celebrity chef came on, and, Emerald was on TV and all these other people were on TV. And it really was eye-opening. My dad is a lawyer. I went to Ole Miss. But I went to college thinking I wanted to be just like my dad. But what I didn't realize is that I wanted to be just like him when I would see him come home from work and cook for the family.
Oh, man.
And I got a job in a restaurant in Oxford. I love the idea of making people happy for a living. There's nothing like, and this sounds kind of creepy, I don't mean it this way, but there's nothing like when somebody doesn't know that you're watching, take the first bite of what you made for them, and you can tell everything about how they feel about what they're having when they have that first bite. It's really
for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes totally unrewarding too.
It could be humbling. Sure. It could be humbling and go, oh.
Sleuth right back into the shadows.
I can imagine that experience is pretty cool. So what was the restaurant in college in Oxford?
Well, I worked in a few. So my first job was at a place called Cedars.
Yeah. Had my first date with my wife there.
There you go. Closed at 8:00. It was perfect.
I could carry your own cooler in.
Sure could. Yeah. It sustained all of my dating when I was a freshman. It was cheap and you could bring your own booze. But I got a job there. I was a dishwasher and a busboy. At some point, when you start in the restaurant, you usually start there. And I had a choice between being a server or a cook. The cooks seemed like people I wanted to hang out with more than the servers. So I started cooking there. And then I worked at a place called Buffalo Cafe, which is a carbon copy of a restaurant named Mortimer's here.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Same family. Sure. I could probably go in there and get to work right now. I know everything about the way, but I had every job in that restaurant. And then I helped open a restaurant called Pearl Street Pasta.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I was on the opening crew. The funny story about that is the opening weekend, I had cut my finger, okay, and I had a Band-Aid on my finger, and we were cooking, and I looked down, and the Band-Aid was gone.
Oh no!
And I didn't know. I was a college kid, but I had to go find the owner immediately. So I went and I found Eddie Burks was the guy that owned it, and I said, "Hey, I had a Band-Aid on my finger and I don't anymore, and I don't know where it is." So he and I both just kind of perused. We walked through the dining room and we were looking at every plate of food. And finally, when we were walking back into the kitchen, I saw a Band-Aid on the ground. But I was completely prepared to swoop in and grab someone's plate out from,
Absolutely.
What worse
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there's a few things that are worse.
There's a few things.
Not much logical that you would think could actually end up in a plate of food than a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So
What was it? You told a story about a rat one time.
Well, yeah.
A mouse.
So,
Pet mouse.
never seen one.
A pet
so,
mouse.
so we
that was a
had
scam.
Wendy's restaurants over in Arkansas. And so one of our customers went to the pet store, and bought a white and black mouse or what, field mouse is brown.
Sure.
And
This was Python food.
so they bought chili and then put the mouse in the bowl of
Oh
chili
my gosh.
and tried to sue us because they found a mouse, and
By the way, shout out to Wendy's chili.
it's very good.
It is good.
It is good.
So there was second line. We had Iris second line next door to each other in Midtown forever.
Right.
I was on the patio, the back patio of second line one day. The place was busy. It was early evening, and all of a sudden, I was helping clean a table, and a rat ran across the patio. Okay. And everyone looked at me, and I said, we're outside.
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to keep them outside.
We're doing our job.
We've done our job.
It's Midtown.
And it's Midtown. That's right. That's right.
Well, this is, Memphis, growing up in New Orleans, I mean, you know, culinary scene, it's an industry.
Yep.
And I think Memphis has an underrated culinary scene.
1,000,000%.
And so if you are taking somebody out on a nice meal and it can't be one of your
It
restaurants,
wouldn't be one of mine. I would never.
fine. Where would you go? And you don't have to pick just one. But what places you like to go to?
There's so many. I love the beauty shop.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
It's
classic.
a great. I mean, brunch. Brunch at the beauty shop is a must in Memphis. I love all of what Andy and Michael do. I think they do a great job at every one of their restaurants. Man, I'm going to leave out some colleagues of places that I would go. I miss Ben Smith at Tsunami so much. I think he's happy. The folks at Bari are, you want to have
I've never been there.
regional Italian food. Oh, you should go.
That's something to do.
It's fantastic. It's so good.
Road
And
trip.
then so many places, around the corner from us where we are at Iris now. So many places downtown. Downtown, I mean, you've got Good Fortune, you've got Amelia Jean, you've got Felicia Suzanne, you've got Kuya, which is this new Filipino restaurant that just opened, and I think that downtown is offering so. I mean, and I haven't even talked about the Majestic Grill is great. Kokoza is great. That just opened a place out in East Memphis. It would be difficult for me to have someone come in town and not take them to Pop's Tamales in Orange Mound, or go eat at Payne's Barbecue, or take them to Bala's Bistro in Whitehaven. Like
Snapping that.
all of them. I went to Pop's today for lunch.
Did you really?
I did.
That's the tamales?
I got soaked. Oh my God. Have you been?
I haven't been, but wasn't it on the down south or whatever?
It was on True South.
True South.
Yeah.
True South. Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
actually,
that.
John T asked me to go
John T.
scout that location.
Did he
Oh,
really?
that's cool.
They
Okay,
came
cool.
through. They went with 8 Ball and MJG, I think.
Yes, they did. They sure did.
Hell of an episode.
Yeah, sure did.
I mean, there's nothing better than a good tamale.
And Pops does them. So what I love about Pops is not just that they only do spicy and mild. That's your only option. I love that they charge you for the crack. I love everything about it. Charge you for the crackers. You want hot sauce, it's 5 cents extra. But the board, when you walk in, I think each tamale is $1.50. Okay. And they've got one tamale is $1.50, and there's no price break. They just do the simple math for you. $3, $4.50, $6. Like I just love it. I love it.
No bulk, right?
Keep it simple.
no.
Keep it simple.
That's right.
Keep it simple.
And I slurped down a spicy tamale in the pouring rain today. It was great.
Love that. But it is a tight community. And I think obviously you're talking about competitors, but that's not the way you look at it.
They're colleagues.
They're colleagues. I like that word.
And the restaurant world is interesting because there's so much, competition, that it would be unreasonable for me to think that someone would eat with me every time. Now, if you're a barber and you see one of your clients walk out of another barbershop,
I get that.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Right.
But what's really funny is, and I'm certainly not the only one like this, when I went with my wife to Andrew Michael not too long ago, and I was opening the door for her, but some people were walking out. And as they walked out, I said, hope y'all enjoyed everything. And it was just like a natural reaction when people are leaving a restaurant to either ask them if they enjoyed everything or thank them for coming. But totally not my restaurant.
It's just a reflex.
It is just a reflex.
That's awesome.
We were talking about earlier, both growing up in the New Orleans area and seeing what Hurricane Katrina did to that city. Just still, it's a scar. It's a terrible scar. But one of the first signs of life, again, we talk about the dining scene, the culinary scene, is these amazing restaurants started to open even before people were coming back. And a lot of people credit the restaurants really for being the first thing to help New Orleans get back up on its feet. The New Orleans Saints, and the dining industry are the things that sort of reminded people that city's still there.
I was there for that, and I'll tell you, it was extremely important. I had gone to work in Tunica, Mississippi. I worked for a guy in New Orleans that had a restaurant named August that had a contract with Harrah's, and he sent me up to Tunica. I was supposed to move to Germany 2 weeks after Katrina hit. Okay, I was going to go work in the Black Forest for a year and then come back. But Katrina hit, and that changed everything. And my stay in Tunica went from 4 weeks to 2.5 years. But coming back from Katrina was very important and so difficult because all these restaurants were reopening, and the people that were middle managers and above could afford to live in the city. The people that were working, the line cooks, dishwashers, there were the high areas or the dry areas became so expensive to live in that we didn't have enough people to work in them. And we opened a restaurant named Luke, which was in the CBD on St. Charles, and I was one of the opening sous chefs. And we opened the day after Valentine's Day, and my first day off was in late August.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because we didn't have. There were no people. There were no one that was below my level of pay could afford to live there, and my level of pay was not great, but it was enough to live there.
Wow. I think that's you hit on a point when you're talking about the community of restaurants and owners, and they are always there to do that. Let's talk a little more about the Memphis restaurant community. I mean, you named a bunch of great restaurants. You got a couple of great restaurants. You've got things going on, but you guys band together to support each other, whether it's supporting the guys that don't have health insurance to that work for you, and and things like that. There's always stuff you give back. That y'all are the first people that people call when they need something.
Memphis is special. I obviously I worked in New Orleans. Memphis, what I think is really special about this place, and it takes good people doing the work to accomplish what I feel like we've accomplished here. But Memphis restaurateurs, we look at each other as colleagues, not competitors. And we recognize that no one is coming to Memphis for one single restaurant, that we need all of us to really be able to raise the tide so all of our ships can rise with it. But I'm a fan of the people that when you're deciding where you're going to go eat dinner tonight, I'm a fan of the people that you're deciding between us and the other person. And our restaurants are really diverse. They're really personal, and they're run by very good people. I can't think of many places in town that I would not suggest that people work for. We're a tight knit community, and just like Memphis is. And I'm really proud to be my part of it, whatever that is.
Yeah, because Memphis is a unique
100%
city. I mean, it's so close knit. It's tough for outsiders to do business, just because it's the first question is who do you know, or who are you related to, or it's a small big city.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate because when I came here to open Iris, I didn't know many people. I knew some of the people I went to Ole Miss with, but I wasn't tight with anyone from Memphis. And I hired the right front of the house when we opened Iris originally,
and that's hard to do, and that's key.
100%. And you know, I'm very thankful that Memphis has embraced me the way that it has.
Well, we are too. We're glad to have you.
Yeah. When again, just something as simple as a really good po' boy. If you haven't had one,
Oh man,
you know, the people who thought they could get their po' boy in Memphis, you couldn't do that before Second Line. I'm just going to tell you, like that's of all the amazing dishes, you've got some incredible, like local. I felt back home the first time I had your red beans and rice.
Spoken from a real po' boy over there.
I'm pretty po'.
you know I think that the further you get away from New Orleans, the worse po' boys get.
It's a fact.
Because I feel like people try to make them their own. And God made a po' boy with mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, and pickle. And it's not horseradish mayonnaise, and it's not, you know, it's not garlic aioli. You know, it is just let it be what it's going to be. Make the meats as good as you possibly can. Fry the shrimp perfectly if you know as best you can.
Which is not, you better not do it too long.
Yeah, that's right. But
the bread is key too, though.
Well, and we get it from Leidenheimer's in New Orleans.
There's
And
really only one bread, Leidenheimer's.
There's nothing like that barbecue shrimp sauce.
My favorite is the roast beef po' boy.
Okay, talk to me.
That's so. Tourists go to New Orleans and they think oyster shrimp. Locals eat roast beef po' boys. That's just.
Well, he's not wrong.
Well, tell me. I mean, so what? How do you prepare it?
So we get a whole shoulder clod. We season it with salt and pepper and we sear it. We stew it with some beef stock, some onions, some garlic. We stew it for probably 14 hours.
Oh yeah.
So it just falls apart. We leave all the juices in there because the gravy is just what it was cooked in.
The gravy is what it's about.
And you know, that sandwich is supposed to be.
Bill's crying over here.
That sandwich is supposed to be a dilemma after you pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? How do I can't put it back down. Like, I'm just going to have to continue.
Yeah.
I put Swiss cheese on mine.
Oh yeah, gotta have cheese.
I like that.
Yeah.
We got to
Not provolone.
Nope.
Swiss.
And do you serve it like with all the slices, or you just the debris, the chunks and the clumps?
It is ripped apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what temperature when you're stewing it?
Right at about 200 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just under
a boil. Okay. All right.
Nice.
190 if you want to get real technical.
I like it.
Yeah.
We're very technical around here.
Yeah.
You know, it's either 1 ounce or 4 ounces.
Hey, it's either right or wrong. You know, there's no in between.
Absolutely.
Well, and you're speaking of Memphis too. I mean, just the way you give back as well. Yeah. I mean, there's several Le Bon Appetit.
Yeah.
You did the cooking class at St. George's, and then during COVID, which I really appreciated, my wife you did the Facebook deal, and people could bring in their wild game.
We did all kinds. COVID was wild, man.
And so I brought you duck.
Yeah.
And you made.
We had some options.
Yeah, the duck popper dip. And then, anyway, I love to duck hunt. So if you ever want to go, let's go.
Oh, I'm in.
And then.
Or just come to his freezer and take a bunch of duck out.
That's true, too.
Save the cold morning.
But for somebody that doesn't like duck.
Yeah.
Or has never had it, how would you prepare it for them?
You know, wild duck and the duck you get in restaurants are very different.
They are.
And there is nothing finer in my book than a wild duck gumbo. There's nothing.
Yes, and you made gumbo for me too, and that was absolutely delish.
I'll tell you what was a challenge during that time. And also what we were doing, I didn't realize it at the time, was illegal.
Okay. Well, allegedly.
So beep that out.
Allegedly.
There's a whole thing that you have to do to get licensed for that. But truly during COVID, it was the Wild West. Like everyone was just trying to survive, and everybody was letting each other figure out ways to survive. But we did so many things during that time.
But it kept your folks working, which was ideal, right?
It did. But the biggest challenge of that wild game program that we had was I was very committed, as I should have been, to making sure that the ducks you brought were the ducks you got back. So when we had all these people bring their stuff, it would have been real easy to make a big pot of gumbo and divide it up. We had these little pots going everywhere that had people's names like taped on them and then trying to sort them back out. The one thing that I really learned during COVID was how difficult logistics are. logistics are wild, and packing people's stuff where, this person had this order and this and trying to get it all right. Mad respect to the FedExes of the world, because it's not easy.
So what made you want to, or, I mean, I guess it's just the love of Memphis that wanted you to give back with Love on Appetit, St. George's, different things. And what else do you
So when I was a kid, when I was 6 years old, I fell out of my grandmother's second story window, and I broke my left femur in two places. I broke my left arm, and I crushed every bone in my left forearm. You can see how wild and weird.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I must say,
I can't turn my left hand at all. So
did it hurt?
Oh no,
well,
not at all.
I experienced shock. So I fell.
That's when he started drinking bourbon.
I was sitting on her second story window, and I leaned back against the screen. I was 6 years old. I didn't know it would fall out. Fell out, landed head first on her concrete patio, but my left arm was underneath it, and ended up in a hospital meant for adults, where I'm here.
Yeah.
They checked all the boxes, and they did. I got fine care. If you go to Le Bonheur and see the things that they do,
true,
it is. I mean, the things that they do to manage the stress of a child. That a child doesn't know the difference in danger between getting a shot in the arm and having open heart surgery. They're both equally scary to them. Yeah. And the way that they manage the stress of a child, and not just the stress of a child, but the way in which they manage the care for a family, both while they are present and after that family leaves. And, Memphis, we have a lot of challenges here. We have a lot of systemic violence that they work, they work a lot with and treat those families in ways that are just, it's really inspiring. I think that Le Bonheur is the guarantor of our future as a community. I do.
I agree.
I love that. So, small business. Tell me. I mean, yeah, right?
Man.
Did you know what you're getting into?
Give me a department.
I mean, right?
Yeah, I need a department head somewhere.
I mean, what's the hardest part?
That, so I think that
is it managing people? Is it the numbers? Is it the
the hardest thing for me, honestly, is that if I can draw a difference between big business and small business, I feel like big business sets up these systems where who you're supposed to. If the CEO of AT&T and your bill is wrong, you're not going to call the CEO of AT&T and say my bill is wrong. You're going to respect their departments, and you're going to find. In fact, you can't even find the CEO's number.
Right.
I set up things. This catering person. This is our manager. This is this, and people just continue.
I call Chef Kelly.
I'm gonna go to you.
It's just like, man, like
the buck stops with you.
Or I will put an email to someone, and I will put the right person on there, and they will respond just to me. Like, and I don't know if they're meaning to not reply all or not, but it's just like humans.
Well, like I said, you've got a brand. You've got a presence, and people know you're the guy.
Well, I'll tell you.
You're the half-price oyster guy on Tuesday.
That's right.
Whoa, what?
I'll tell you what was really difficult. The hardest thing that I've gone through in business was Iris for years was this 12 table. Every table is an intimate corner in a small house restaurant. We were open 5 nights a week, and I talked to everyone that came in.
Right.
Not because it feeds my ego, because it makes
the
me
right
feel
thing
special.
to do.
I want to make sure. I want to thank them for coming. It's genuine. All that.
Elevate the experience.
We go from 12 tables 5 nights a week to 200 seats 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. And for the first 6 months, I could not meet people's expectations, and they weren't wrong. If the expectation is that this dish is going to be on the menu, and suddenly we're trying to make 200 seats, and some of these dishes just won't work for 200 seats that we were used to be doing for 48, and that growing pain was hard. It was really hard, and there's a lot of things that I could have done differently to make that easier, but that I would have never been able to see around those corners. So I'm equally proud of what Iris is now and what it is when I was 29 years old. But humans go through seasons, and that was a tough season for Iris. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Well, we grow as we get older, and we learn, and you get smarter, hopefully.
One way or
And
the
then,
other.
but at some point we shrink, which is something that I'm experiencing.
Bless your heart.
Went into the doctor.
Who
had a
told you that?
check-in. The doctor.
Oh, the doctor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been 5'11" my whole life. He's like, you're 5'10". That's impossible.
No, you've never been 5'11".
I promise.
You know what nobody tells you about getting older? Nobody tells you that peeing gets weird.
Hey,
This is like the secret amongst men that we don't pass down to younger men.
Yeah,
peeing gets weird
my
with
dad,
younger
my
guys.
dad did explain that to me because I had to care for him in Parkinson years.
Jeez.
okay. All
What's up
right.
with that?
We had that kind of relationship.
That's a real statement. That's
It's
a fact.
weird,
It's
man.
a fact. It's
You are
fact.
not done when you think you're done.
Guys,
That is just you're not.
you heard this.
I remember going to the Saints games, as a kid, you go to the Superdome and it's just troughs,
Yeah.
and you're waiting in line, like, come on, buddy, hurry it up.
Yeah.
I got to get this done. And
wait
you
for
realize
it.
This
Wait for
this
it.
guy's in his 50s. Yeah.
Wait for it.
This took a
Wait for
turn.
it.
You know what? This
That's right.
this conversation just took a right turn on.
Yeah, it did. It did take a right turn, which is a fantastic cocktail if you want to stop by and get that at the second line.
Yeah, right lane on Poplar.
Yeah.
Recommend.
So I got a couple of quick questions
Sure.
for you. Ready for this?
Yep.
So what's your go-to date night meal to cook?
To cook.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're helping all the guys out right now.
Oh, for someone else to cook, not me. Normally, if it's date night, I ain't cooking.
Okay.
I am going out. But if I was going to cook something, so I really think that people should get a few things that they know up and down. Like, so I'm a stepfather.
Okay.
Now. I have twin 10-year-old, one boy, one girl. And my goal for them before they go to college is I want to arm them with about 5 dishes.
Not Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Not Kraft. Well, you throw a can of cream of mushroom soup and some tuna fish in there, and that's a heck of a
Let's
casserole.
go.
All right.
Let's go.
So
Yeah.
So don't rip on Kraft
Yeah.
yet.
I'm not. I love it. That's elevated.
Punch it up.
But I want to arm them with 5 great dishes that they'll be able to have a reputation amongst their friends.
Fantastic advice.
But I think that everybody should know how to roast a chicken.
Yeah.
And a good roasted chicken after you brine it, which is a whole different conversation, is 18 to 20 minutes per pound, right? At 350 degrees.
All right.
And it's done.
All right. So what's your go-to brine?
So I do water, sugar, salt, vanilla,
Oh,
coriander, black pepper, bay leaf. I think that if anyone's putting fresh herbs in their brine, they're wasting their fresh herbs. Spices, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, spices
I like
or
that.
seeds and stems.
Pro tips,
Keep your
guys.
stems and grain out of the brine.
That's right. That's right.
All right. I like that. Do you do any sous vide?
My grandmother didn't cook that way, so I don't have anything against it. It's just not really me.
I got you.
But scientifically, it's perfect.
It makes sense.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're cooking for a large group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got 60 people coming in for steaks and I can have them all medium rare sitting in circulating water,
Right.
and then right before you want them, I go tss, tss, and throw it out there.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. So what's your go-to protein?
I like beef.
Okay.
I know
Specific-
that.
you got a cut that you like?
Are we having steaks?
Yeah. I mean,
Ribeye.
You tell me.
Every time.
Get the
Okay.
revive. Get a little
Do you
bit of-
order your steak the same temperature every time? Do you ever mix it up or no?
No, I generally go mid-rare.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, so no, I don't change it from that.
Do you want a pet peeve of my mistakes?
Talk to me.
And if any of y'all fit this category, I'm so sorry. Medium rare plus.
What is that?
We've given you 5 effing options, and now you want 9.
You're putting a decimal point. You're
Like,
putting a decimal point on
What
this.
is that?
So it is
Something between medium rare.
It's
and
rare.
well?
What it is it's rare.
No, rare plus would be.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I don't know how pinpoint you think we can get in the kitchen. So when I see medium rare plus come in,
Right.
I'll tell my grill cook medium rare.
Yeah.
Bingo.
That's-
Yeah.
It's like you can't tell the
This
difference.
does not exist.
No, that's
Yeah.
right.
No.
Well,
I think, but maybe I'm just sticking up for the
I
little
want
guy
people to have
here.
what they want.
Well,
You've given you 5 options.
But maybe people have ordered medium rare and it's come out a little more rare, and they're saying if you're gonna miss rare or miss medium rare, go over medium rare, not under medium.
And I'm not saying that we don't make mistakes. I have a really funny story about making a mistake.
Okay.
So early days at Iris, like I said, I was 29 years old when we opened, and I remember when we opened, I wanted to be as fancy as we could possibly. I wore white chef coat, which I still wear, but I wore this white apron to the ground. Like it was silly. Anyway, we had this guest come in. We had a group of guests come in, and they were sitting at this table, and my server comes back, and he's got a steak that's cut in two. And he said, "Hey, this guy ordered this medium rare, and he said this is overcooked," and it was. Okay. And what I generally do if something is wrong, I will bring it to the table. It gives me a chance to check with everyone sitting at the table, apologize. Everything is very efficient. All right. Yeah. I get everything done at one time. So I had a steak that was almost ready for another table that I stole. And before I went out, the server said, "Just be careful. This guy is not very kind." I said, "Okay." So I put the steak down in front of him and I said, "I'm so sorry about that, sir. Is there anything else I can get you?" And before I could check with the rest of the table, he looked at me and he said, "How in the F do you expect me to eat this without a knife?" And I said, "Sir, I doubt you would allow anyone to speak to you in your office that way. And I'm not going to allow you to speak to me in my office that way." And I walked over and I got a knife and I put it down. And I was just standing there. I was still kind of just confused by everything that was happening. And he looked up at me and he said, what do you want from me? An apology? And I said, "No, I don't want anything from you." And I turned around and I went back to the kitchen, and this is where I made my mistake. Mm-hmm. I got to the kitchen and I got so mad that I turned back and I went back to the table.
I love it.
And I got to the table and I'm standing there and I'm mad, but I don't have anything to say. Like I have nothing to say at all. So he looks up at me and I'm standing there with my arms crossed and I said, "I just want you to know that I still don't want that apology."
Kelly.
And I turned back around and I left. And which was so dumb. But when
your emotions were there.
But they were. And remember, I was young when I opened. When they were leaving, he told the server, he said, "Hey, you've been great, but that busboy needs to learn some manners."
Hi, folks. Well, this episode is going so well that we are going to break it up and do a two-parter. So if you want to hear the rest of the interview with Kelly English, tune in to our next episode.
Right after we opened Second Line, someone asked to speak to whoever made the green. So I walk out there, and this is African-American woman. And she said, "You made these?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "The great thing about you is that you can cook like a black lady or a white boy." And I was like, put that on my gravestone right there.